Welcome to Snap Explain. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. One morning in the northern part of the Philippines, as the sun rose over the beaches, Ilocos Norte, Cagayan. It wasn't the usual chirping of birds. It wasn't just waves hitting the shore. It was the rumble of war machines. It was the shouts of training soldiers. It was the strong will of a nation getting ready. This is the story of the Northern Luzon Marines, our protectors, who are now in the spotlight not just in the Philippines but all over the world. At a time when tensions seem to be heating up in the West Philippine Sea, their every move is being watched closely. Are they ready enough? This is the question on many people's minds. These events in northern Luzon are more than just a simple military exercise. For many Filipinos, it's a symbol of our strength and resolve. When our country's rights are challenged, the presence of our brave Marines brings comfort. They are our last defense, the strong wall between peace and possible trouble. Their show of strength sends a clear message to anyone trying to step on our land. The Philippines is ready to fight for what is ours, but behind their bravery, there are also worries and concerns, not just for their safety, but for the future of our nation. This story isn't just about soldiers. It's not just about their weapons. It's about every fisherman who relies on the sea for their living. It's about every Filipino family dreaming of a peaceful tomorrow. Because in the end, defending our country isn't just the job of soldiers. It's the responsibility of every Filipino. To fully understand how important our Marines are today, we need to look back at their rich history. Started on November 7, 1950, the Philippine Marine Corps was born to move quickly from sea to land. They are called the Force of Choice, the first to respond to the toughest missions. From their first fight against the Hukbalahap rebels to bringing peace in Mindanao, their history is full of heroism and sacrifice. Karangalan, honor katungkulan, duty kabayanihan. Valor not just words, it's their spirit in every operation. They are trained not just for fighting, they also help communities, bringing aid to areas hit by typhoons, building schools in far-off places, keeping the peace in troubled communities. Their training is known worldwide as one of the toughest, shaping them to be strong physically, mentally, emotionally. Their uniform, with the symbol of an anchor, eagle, rifle, shows their ability to work on sea, air, and land. Their mission is clear: protect the people and keep the land of the Republic of the Philippines whole. Today this mission has new importance because of challenges coming from inside the country and from outside, which acts as a gateway to the vast waters of the West Philippine Sea. The once peaceful seas north of the Philippines are slowly becoming a center of tension. The West Philippine Sea, an area rich in sea life and possible oil and natural gas. This has caused disagreements between the Philippines and other countries in the region. Reports of foreign ships bullying our fishermen and building artificial islands in areas that are part of our exclusive economic zone. These issues are no longer just about talking between countries. They have become a serious threat to our national safety. Northern Luzon, especially the province of Cagayan, Batanes, Ilocos Norte, is very important strategically. Because of where they are located, they act as the first door of the Philippines to the Luzon Strait, an important path for trade ships from all over the world. Whoever controls this area has a big influence on the safety of the Philippines and also on global trade. In recent years, the number of incidents in the West Philippine Sea has gone up. In 2023, news reports covered the use of water cannons against Philippine Coast Guard ships, bringing supplies to our soldiers at Ayungin Shoal. In 2024, there were further reports of aggressive shadowing and water cannon use. There were also reports of laser pointing incidents that hurt the eyes of our crew. These kinds of actions increase the chance of an accident or a mistake that could lead to a bigger fight. For our government, staying quiet is no longer an option. The Philippines needs to show that it is serious about protecting its rights. These challenges have pushed the armed forces of the Philippines to make their presence stronger in the north. A more believable force is needed that can respond to any possible situation. In response to the growing tension, the armed forces of the Philippines took a big step. Thousands of Philippine Marines, usually based in the southern part of the country, were slowly moved to northern Luzon. Reports say over 4,500 Marines from the 4th Marine Brigade joined the move. Their new mission: strengthen island coastal defense. This marks a shift from internal security to border protection. The move required careful planning and significant funding. Marines set up new camps and facilities in Cagayan. Marines set up new camps and facilities in Ilocos Norte. These sites are near the Luzon Strait. These sites are near the Bashi Channel.
The presence of our Marines in the north will act as a credible deterrent.
We are ready to defend every inch of the Philippines. His words underline the operation's seriousness. This step is part of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement with the United States. 4 new EDCA sites were established in northern Luzon: Naval Base Camilo Osias in Santa Ana, Cagayan, Lalo Airport. The facilities can be used by Filipino soldiers. They can also be used by American allies, especially during joint military exercises. This improves joint response capability during a crisis. The movement sends a clear signal. The Philippines is using diplomacy. The Philippines is using legal action. The Philippines is using military presence. Officials say this is not preparing for war, but preparing to keep the peace. Showing a strong, ready force aims to deter aggression. It's a calculated move in complex world politics where every piece matters. The arrival of the Marines in northern Luzon was met with non-stop training. The beaches of Claveria, Santa Ana, and Cagayan saw large-scale amphibious landing exercises. Hundreds of Marines stormed the beaches from ships at the same time. They rode new amphibious assault vehicles, AAVs, Balikatan exercises, Kamandag exercises with American forces with other allies, practicing defending an island from an outside invader. New equipment arrived alongside intense training. AFP modernization program. Philippine Marines receive modern weapons. The BrahMos supersonic cruise missile system, procured from India. Missile batteries can hit targets almost 300 kilometers away. Planned placement along key northern Luzon coastlines. Long-range capability is a game-changer. It lets the Philippines strike without risking ships or aircraft. Exercises aren't just for show, say military officials. Every drill makes each soldier more ready and capable. Shooting skills, small unit tactics, operating high-tech equipment. A well-trained modern Marine force in northern Luzon sends a message of deterrence by denial. It signals any would-be aggressor that taking Philippine territory would be extremely costly and difficult, if not impossible. The large military presence in northern Luzon has different effects on communities and the national economy. On one hand, the arrival of thousands of soldiers boosted the local economy. Santa Ana Claveria. Small businesses benefited: stores, eateries, rental homes. There were also new job opportunities from building new camps and facilities. According to some local officials, the presence of the Marines also made residents feel safer, especially fishermen who used to worry every time they went out to sea. However, there are also challenges. Some residents worry about how military activities might affect their peaceful way of life. There are concerns about the noise from exercises, possible harm to nature, changes to their community's culture. For fishermen, even with more safety, there are times their fishing areas are restricted when live fire exercises are happening. The government and the military have a big responsibility to make sure that the rights and well-being of local communities are not ignored for the sake of national security. A simple visual shows local economic gains versus social challenges in northern Luzon. At the national level, making our defense stronger needs a lot of money. The budget for the armed forces of the Philippines has gone up a lot in recent years, with a big part going to the modernization program. While investing in our defense is important, it also means that money might be taken from other areas, like education, health infrastructure. This is a tough balancing act for our leaders. Most importantly, the situation in northern Luzon has a big effect on the country's mood. The constant news about tension and military preparation creates a state of national worry. Many defense and foreign policy experts have shared their thoughts on the current situation. According to Dr. Chester Cabalza, a well-known security analyst, the Philippines making its presence stronger in northern Luzon is a necessary and timely move. For a long time, the Philippines has adopted a very passive defense posture. What we are seeing now is a strategic shift towards active archipelagic defense. We are no longer just waiting for things to happen. We are actively shaping our security environment. Dr. Cabalza believes that putting in credible deterrents like the BrahMos missiles will help balance power in the region. On the other hand, some experts also remind us to be careful. Professor Renato de Castro, an expert in international relations, warned against an escalation trap. While building up our defense capabilities is crucial, we must also ensure that our diplomatic channels remain open and active. Military posturing, if not managed carefully, could be misinterpreted and lead to an unintended escalation of conflict. The goal is to deter, not to provoke. From an economic point of view, economist Dr. Alvin Ang said that any instability in the region directly affects how confident investors feel. Investors look for stability and predictability. The tensions in the West Philippine Sea create a level of uncertainty that could affect foreign direct investments. However, he added that the Philippines showing it is serious about protecting its territory could also be a positive sign to long-term investors who believe in the rule of law. Retired military officials also offer their views. According to a former Philippine Navy general, the Marines are the perfect force for this mission. Their training, mobility, and warrior spirit make them ideal for coastal defense. What is important now is a sustained commitment from the government to support them not just with hardware, but with continuous training, better intelligence, and strong political will. Amidst military strategies and expert analysis, the most important question remains: what do ordinary Filipinos think? In markets, coffee shops, on social media, the West Philippine Sea and our country's readiness are hot topics. Many express full support for our soldiers.
Fishermen in northern Luzon have mixed feelings, Mang Lando. At first we were scared, but now that the Marines are here, we feel more confident going out to sea. I just hope it doesn't lead to war.
In the end, the united heart of the Filipino people, different opinions, one goal to protect the country, is our strongest weapon. The rumble of war machines in northern Luzon sends a clear message. It is the sound of a nation waking up, a nation standing firm for its rights after a long period of quiet. The brave Marines, by showing their strength and readiness, are not just defending our coasts, they are defending our national honor. Their mission is a symbol of a new chapter in our history, where the Philippines is no longer just watching, but actively taking part in shaping its own future in a complicated world. The question, is the Philippines ready for war, is probably not the right question. The more fitting question is, what are we doing to avoid war? Strengthening our defenses, making our alliances stronger, constantly using diplomacy are not steps towards war. These are steps to keep the peace. A strong and respected Philippines is better able to talk as an equal with any country, and better able to protect the interests of its people without using force. The path we are on is not easy. It needs national unity, smart leadership, and sacrifice from everyone. The story of the Northern Luzon Marines is not just the story of our armed forces, it reflects our shared determination. Their bravery should inspire all of us to be more watchful, more knowledgeable, and more ready to join in defending our rights in big or small ways. Supporting our soldiers being responsible citizens and loving our country are weapons every Filipino can use. In the end, the future of the Philippines is in our hands. The peace and safety we hope for are not a gift that will just come. It is something we must work hard for and fight for. As our Marines continue to guard the northern border, may they remind us of our duty to our motherland. Their sacrifice should not be wasted. Let us continue the fight for a free, peaceful, and prosperous Philippines, because the story of their courage is all our story. This is the story of the Filipino heart that will never give up.